Hi, I am coming to you today. I would like to talk about in the recent weeks, we've seen some very interesting things. One of the things that I want us to talk about today, and feel free to please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you will be aware of any new presentations and videos that come out so you can stay in touch. So today I want to talk about, in the event that there's a catastrophe, how well prepared are you? Now, we know about preparing for items and products and various things that you need to be sure that you have everything that you need in your immediate surroundings. But I'm also going to circle back and talk about things that you have done, things that you've made preparation for, and that is for people that you love. So, what I mean by that is, where are your passwords to your social media handles? For others, have you written down it's time to write down the account numbers, the phone numbers for your credit cards that you have? Let's also remember your utility companies. Make sure you have all those account numbers and phone numbers in the event that somebody needs to come behind you and figure out what it is that you do with your bills. How do they even begin? Is there one central place where they go to find all that information? Well, you may think it's so easy for somebody to just come in, but say for some reason the person that's going to be handling your affairs, or just say you're hospitalized for a few days and it's a certain time of the month that your bills are due, and say this person has to come from out of town, so they're not familiar with the utility company names and the companies that you have in your area because they live someplace else. And so they're coming in just trying to keep everything moving right along until you fully recover. But I'm saying that because things are happening so quickly nowadays, and it's just something that we need to start thinking about. Passwords to your emails, password to your all your social media accounts, like I said, your utility company account numbers, your bank account information. Now I want to stop there for a minute because I'm wondering if you know that there should be a form that you have completed. And before I say this, let me pause and make sure that you know this is not advice. This is just for informational purposes. This is not advice. Again, please consult your advisor for any type of additional information that you might need for your individual situation. Now, in terms of your bank accounts, there is something called POD, payable on death. If your accounts don't have anybody listed, you may have seen this over the internet even, where you have people that have a relative, they have funds in the money in those accounts, and they can't get the money because for some reason they don't have the right documentation. There have even been instances where the bank has not even told you what type of documentation that you need. Well, reach out to your financial institutions, your bank or credit union, all of these institutions individually, to find out if you have something on file in the event that you are unable to handle your business. So also I want to talk about, since we're on the subject of finances, do you have life insurance? And I have talked about this before, but there are companies out there. I don't specifically endorse any companies because it's up to you to find what works for you, again, in your individual situation. This is not advice, but it is just a question that comes to mind. It's so easy to think that people can come behind you and figure out what it is that you do. But let me give you an idea of one example. Just say you receive all your bills, you go paperless. You don't get any bills in the mail, no light, no gas, no phone, no bills of any type. Your credit cards, all those bills, however many you have, those are all online. Your bank statements are all online. And so, how would someone access this information? Just think about that for a moment. They don't have your password, they don't have your login, they don't have account numbers, they don't have anything. Do you know how frustrating that could be for someone that comes behind you to try to figure that out? Now we're dealing with in the event that you are hospitalized or unable, to handle your affairs. But say, for instance, the inevitable has taken place and you have no children, you have no living parents. It is just you. And no one knows, no one has a clue as to what it is that you do. Well, I just wanted to put that on your mind today. Just take a piece of paper or open up a document, start plugging that information in. You can secure the document, but just start thinking about just simple things that someone would need to have access to information wise in the event that for some reason you just aren't able to tell the people what they need to know at that particular time. So I just want to, talk about that because it's something that we don't really think about. We log into these different accounts because sometimes we know those passwords. Sometimes we use a password protection app or some sort that keeps track of all those passwords. But the person doesn't even have access to that. They don't have any information about that either. So just think about that. They have various different tools online, and let's take advantage of those. I, again, don't endorse any particular app or software or platform of any type because it really only requires a simple piece of paper. And it could be something you type again, or it could be something that you write. But it needs to be something that someone could say, hey, this person left something. This is a start, okay? So always remember, the sun is setting, but how far are you getting? Until next time, take care.